is like carrying coal to Newcastle. We know about it, we have discussed so much about modern education. I'm talking about the result of the modern education. Some of the greatest inventions of the 21st century came through modern education. The automobile changed our life. The television made our life more entertaining. The air travel made the world so small, made seemingly impossible distances possible. And the transistor changed the life as never before. Life will never be the same again. And this wireless communication devices called iPad or the mobile phones or whatever has changed our way of learning and experiencing the world. And the nuclear energy gave us a new dimension of gathering energy from so-called almost useless material. Einstein said earlier we used to talk of 1 kilogram of uranium was 1 kilogram of uranium. Today we don't talk of kilogram of uranium, we talk in terms of the energy it produces. Therefore, EMC square equation became very famous. All this is beautiful. The modern education has given us fantastic tools. I should share a small example, my personal experience. When I finished my doctorate, a friend of mine who also finished with me wanted to go to US and do his second doctorate. His father was a primary school teacher in a small village near Belgaum. Those days sending children to US was not easy. He had sold his land, spent all his earnings so that the child can go to US. He did studied his research there and did his PhD. And he stayed for 4 or 5 years. In this process he got married to an American girl. And his father did not know that he got married. He didn't tell anybody, but some of us, 2 or 3 friends knew. First time he came to India after 5 years, he was a little worried how does he face his father because he has not told that he's got married. I don't know for what reason. Maybe father would be upset that he got married to an American girl. And then he had a daughter by that time. When he came to Belgaum, I was in Dharwar, I went to see him. Belgaum is a small airport, you can visualize. As I entered, I could see my friend's father sitting on the sofa there. Visualize a primary school retired teacher. Old dhoti, crumpled coat, a topi on the head and thick glasses, unshaven face. He had a rose in his hand. You can visualize, he's meeting his son after 5 years. He had come here to give a rose to his son with all the dreams in his eyes. I went and touched his face and we called Kaka. Kaka, you come here to receive your son? You're seeing him after 5 years? He said, yes. I have not seen him at all. I don't know how he looks. Those days Skypes were not there. And then flight came and some of his students and friends ran inside, more fashionable ones, and received him. He came out. And then I just came out and saw his father was not there. I said, my God, your father was here waiting to receive you. He's not there now. He said, I don't know. I thought he was lying something. And then we took the taxi and came back to his village. And his father came after a good 2 hours. I asked him, Kaka, where were you there? You were there to receive your son and give him a rose. You were not there when he came. You know what the father told me in confidence? Yeah, I saw him. He looks very handsome now. And he also saw me. See, I'm an old-fashioned fellow with crumpled dhoti and all that. He's a fashionable boy. And I could see with the young boys he is there. I should not make him feel bad, you know. Anyway, I would come home. I took the bus and came back home. I had a beautiful dilemma in my mind. Here is my friend who got double doctorate, one in India, one imported. But when he saw his father, he had no courtesy to go and touch his feet. He was waiting for him. He sacrificed his life for him. Land he had, he sold it for his son. But he doesn't go and touch his feet. But the father had the sensitivity to feel that the son would feel miserable. He came by bus and met his son at home. I was wondering, who is educated, who is literate? Being literate does not mean you are educated. My modern education, I am wondering, does it produce literates or educated people? These 6 images are kept before you and see what happened to these images. We are witnessing this also in the last century. Car as a bomb, car bomb as we call. And the TV has become an addiction and cause for obesity. And this flight that we thought is airspace is good for us destroyed 5,000 lives in half an hour time. My friends, I should remind you, we are on a colossal important day today, 9/11. We are on this day, September 11th. 3 times September 11th has happened in important day. 3 times it has happened. You should know, not just 9/11 building, the Twin Towers fell down. It was on September 11th. Before that, in 1893, Swami Vivekananda gave lecture to Chicago on this day, 9 September. When I went to US, I told about it to my friends. He said, oh, it was on that day. I said, yes, if you had cared for the first 9/11 lecture, second 9/11 would not have happened. And the third 9/11 was when Gandhi proposed his Hind Swaraj, which was the basic thing for Indian freedom movement. This is the fourth 9/7, fourth 9/11 thing. This man who took an airplane and rammed against a building which killed 5,000 people, you should know, my friends, he was a doctorate in electronics from an American university. I sometimes wonder what is my doctorate to do with my culture, my civilization. I don't even realize that my plane can kill 5,000 people. The tears of his family members did not come before this doctorate in electronics. Not worth the education. I'm trying to talk about that. Transistor, which changed my life ever before, is the main instrument for making bombs today. And this mobile, we know how it's misused. And the nuclear energy has become a nuclear bomb. When I visited Nagasaki and Hiroshima, I shivered at the thought of imagining how life would have been on that day, on 6th August and 9th August 1945, when bombs have blasted on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Why? All this modern education has given me the best tools possible, but I also use it for terrible things. I don't blame the education for that, but I also blame the education for training only the brain but not training the heart.